Hello, and welcome everybody. Welcome to tonight's Zoom. My name is Ronette Turner-Corley, and I'm going to be your featured presenter for tonight. I want you to go ahead. Once again, I'm going to say this again, only because we have new people coming on since the last time I made this announcement. Go ahead and make sure you have a pen and pad, take some copious notes, because at the end, we will open it up for questions. All right. So welcome. Tonight, you're taking a look at an amazing opportunity. Happy New Year to every single person here. If you're looking for a way to be able to inspire, to help people, you came to the right place. If you're looking for a way to be able to make really an unlimited amount of income where you are in charge of, your own destiny, you've come to the right place. So tonight you're going to take a look at a company by the name of Assure for Life. And we're going to get into that information. But first I want to tell my story. My husband and I, we live in the Sacramento, California area. We have been entrepreneurs for many years, and I myself have had an insurance practice for over 20 plus years. Now, coming into 2020, when the pandemic hit, I actually retired from that practice, okay, and still receiving a residual income, but I went on to do other things. And lo and behold, I got a call in November from a business associate and friend who I respect, my husband respects, and she actually came to share some information with us about something called this, a plan with Assure for Life. And at the time, I wasn't open to taking a look at something that I had to sell. I'll be quite transparent. I was not looking to get back into selling anything to anyone. And at that time, when she shared the information, some things just cannot be missed. And what she shared, and we're going to go over, is a plan that my entire insurance profession, I have never seen anything that can serve the masses to this capacity. And not only did we get the plan, I called her back, and she had been in the insurance industry also for many, many years. I called her back and I asked her, I said, hey, listen, are you actually marketing this plan? Or are you just doing your goodwill and sharing with us something that can help our family? She said, no, I'm a consultant. I said, really? I said, how can I become a consultant? And then when she shared with me, many of you here are on this Zoom and do not have an insurance license. When she shared with me that I can share with others who maybe have had the passion to want to go into the insurance field, or maybe, didn't have time to get their license, but they can still deliver this type of life benefit to the marketplace and not have a license, I knew we had a winner. So we joined forces on November 22nd of this year, and last year, no, not this year, November 22nd of 2022, actually, to be exact. And we have not looked back. It's an amazing, amazing product. So I'm going to share with you this. Tonight, we're going to talk about something that's that I think is very necessary. And sometimes people don't talk about it, but I want you to think of it like this, like we did. This is not doom and gloom. I want you to think of it as a solution-oriented plan, because that's exactly what it is. My husband and I actually got excited about it. So if you're here tonight and you have life insurance, congratulations. You have, set your family up very nicely, like you should. And if you don't, congratulations, because now we have a solution. But I'm going to tell you, even if you do have life insurance, you're going to see a plan. What I like to call is a plan for absolutely everyone. All right. And so you're going to see how you can take this plan and market to the general population. And you're going to see it's something that everybody needs. If you have insurance, this plan will supply gap coverage if a person already have insurance. And if a person does not have anything, it definitely will supply that peace of mind for them and their families. All right. So let's get into it. Now, what is Assure for Life? Assure for Life, their parent company is Protection Plenitude. And what I want you to know, it is the best, like it says here, funeral assistance plan in the United States. Now, here's the deal. The reason why you can sell it if you're not licensed, because it's not insurance. It's actually a funeral assistance plan. Okay, so it does not deliver money to a beneficiary. Rather, it provides a service, and it will deliver money within 3 days of someone passing away, right to the mortuary to take care of all of the basic funeral expenses. And it gives families a peace of mind to know when that time comes, their family is protected. Now let's get into this part. Why Assure for Life? Well, they came to the United States in 2007. So this is not something that's new that just popped up and said, hey, let's start taking care of people and their funeral expenses. No, they've actually been around for 70 plus years. And they came to the United States in 2007. They have over 2,500 organizations that make up a portfolio of clients throughout the United States, parts of Latin America, and the Caribbean. And they also provide funeral services for more than 10,000 funerals every single year with high quality. Okay, we're talking high quality services so that your loved ones can be provided for when that time comes. And also, as you're sharing the plan and going out and being a consultant, you can rest assured that your clients are taken care of. Now, let's talk about the coverage area. So this plan is in 3 different parts of the world. It's in the United States, all 50 states, Washington, D.C., and the unincorporated territory of Puerto Rico. It's also in Latin America, Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, Ecuador, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Mexico, Nicaragua, Panama, Paraguay, Peru, Uruguay, and Venezuela. And then 3 areas in the Caribbean, Haiti, Jamaica, and the Dominican Republic. Now, what you will find is this. You'll see they have been around since 1950, started in Colombia. So if you're like me, when I first got a chance to hear about this, I said, listen, I've been in this profession for over 20 plus years. Why haven't I heard about it? Well, they didn't come to the States until 2007. And really now they're onboarding and really, going across the United States in rapid fashion because, they want to actually make this plan available and let people know we're here. Okay, so you're going to start hearing about this more and more. And so it's really ground floor in the United States. And you'll see they're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. And they're also documented and members of different associations when it comes to cemetery associations, as well as funeral home networks. Now, what are the benefits? Now, these are the benefits. It's similar to that. Once again, I'm going to say it again, it's not insurance. But if you are a type of person that's heard about final expense insurance, or someone who is a licensed agent and here you sell final expense insurance, one of the things we know about final expense, that's exactly what it does. It takes care of the final expenses. And usually when the person gets final expense, their main focus is just to not be a burden to their family. And make sure that those final expenses are taken care of. Or in my opinion, I can tell you this is not to replace insurance, okay? Because insurance has its place, no doubt. But I can tell you insurance is for the living. That's why a benefit is left for a beneficiary. It's really designed for your loved ones to carry on your legacy while you're no longer here. Now, with final expense coverage, this funeral expense coverage, what makes it nice is that they have added benefits to protect one and give more added benefits of coverage. So for example, the main benefits are going to cover the basic funeral expenses within the coverage area. This plan will transport the deceased anywhere within the United States, Washington, D.C., or Puerto Rico. That is huge. Why? Because like here, I'm in the United States. There are some people who have already told their families, upon my death, I want to go back to my home. Their home may be in Mississippi. Their home may be in Atlanta. Their home may be in, Puerto Rico. Do you know this plan, upon death, would transport the deceased back to anywhere in the United States, Washington, D.C., or Puerto Rico? How about this? They will also transport a person back to their country of origin, as long as that country is within the covered areas. For example, let's say there's someone that's on the plan and they're here in the United States, but they are originally from Mexico. They're originally from Jamaica. They're originally from Haiti. This plan will actually transport the deceased back to those countries. Ladies and gents, that is huge. I don't know if you ever priced that. That can be quite pricey, but this plan, that is covered as a benefit. A round-trip airline ticket exclusively for the plan holder to attend the services for his or her loved one, that's in this benefit. That means that if there was a member on the plan that passed away, even if they were outside the United States in another country and they were a member, and now let's say their funeral is in Colombia, Do you know the plan holder would actually get a round trip ticket to attend that funeral? And it would be paid for by this plan. Huge. How about family members? So anyone can be on this plan from 65 years of age or younger, regardless of kinship. I think that is big. Why? Because there are some people that are near and dear that you want to help and that you know can benefit for something like this, and they don't have to be related. When it comes to regular insurance, there has to be an insurable interest. Here it does not, because it's not insurance, right? It's supplying a service. So therefore, you can absolutely protect anyone you want to, anywhere from 65 or younger. Now, if you wanted to put someone who's between the age of 66 and 80 on this plan, you can. But here's the caveat. It's only 2 people that can be on the plan that age, and it has to be either the plan holder's parent or partner. Okay, so once again, parent or partner. They do honor step parents. They do honor, adoptive parents, domestic partners, but it has to be that nature for 2 people, 66 to 80, to be included. So those are the main benefits. And as we break this thing down, you're going to see how this is a plan that everyone needs to know about. Now, just like any plan that's out there, if you actually go and research insurance plans, if you will, that are non-medical. This plan is non-medical. They're not going to ask you a bunch of medical questions. You don't have to take a medical exam ever. There's no DMV or credit reporting, anything like that. So a plan like that will have waiting periods. The waiting periods here, I think, is very reasonable and justifiable, because the company has to make sure they cover themselves, because people will lie. And also sometimes people just don't even know if they're sick, right? So this is how the waiting periods work. Starting on the 3rd business day after enrollment, after the first payment is made, starting on the 3rd business day, this plan will cover any accident, violent death, or suicide. And yes, it will cover suicide after the 3rd business day of the first payment. Incredible, right? Now, when it comes to natural causes, after you make the first payment, it's 180-day calendar wait. What does that mean? 6 months. That's pretty reasonable. Why? In traditional, on a non-medical with insurance, it's typically 2 years. 2 years until they cover that person fully for that plan, right? Here it's 6 months, all right? So really, really great waiting periods. The other thing is, there's only 4 types of people who cannot get this plan, okay? Someone where the doctor said you're terminally ill. The other person is someone who has a cancer diagnosis at the time of application, meaning if they applied at the time and they were in remission, it's all good. They can get the plan. But at the time, if they actually have an existing cancer diagnosis currently, they cannot get the plan. On dialysis, can't get the plan. Have a brain tumor, cannot get the plan. Okay, so those 4. Now, here's the great thing about that. Although we would love to help those 4, it still leaves a wide window open for people that we can help. AIDS, HIV, COPD, heart failure, you name it, MS, mentally ill, overweight, obesity. These are conditions often is not covered in traditionally, but here only 4 things. And if a person does not have those 4 things, they can absolutely get this plan. Now, let's talk about at the time of service, what happens. So once someone passes away, there are 3 options that can be requested at that time. You have option 1, that's the national. That means that plan services anyone in the United States and Puerto Rico. Option 2 is the return. That means if someone was here in the United States and they want to return back to their native country, of course, only in the countries that the company covers, right? That's the plan that can be requested at that time. How about someone who's already in Latin America or Caribbean? Let me give you an example. So let's say you're here, but you have parents or siblings or someone you want to cover in Mexico. You can do that. So upon their passing, they're already in that country, right? That would be the Roots plan. So let's go over and show you exactly what that would cover for all three. Now, the plan is going to transfer the deceased to the local funeral provider. Once again, anywhere in the United States, okay, which is huge. And also back to the country of origin, wherever the coverage areas are. This plan will cover preparation of body, basic viewing time, casket for viewing, funeral director fee, funeral guest book, prayer cards, and a death certificate for business, okay, because you definitely need that to take care of business. And then they'll have two options. They can either have a cremation and an urn, or a basic casket and hearse to the cemetery. Now, if you see there below, it says cemetery expenses are not covered for the 50 states, Washington, D.C., or Puerto Rico. Why? Because face it, the ground itself, that means the ground, going into the ground, they will not cover that part. Real estate in the United States is expensive. Face it, that is considered real estate, right? In the other countries, they will cover the burial part. Now, if a person wants to get cremated, it's done. They will cover the casket for viewing. They can have a funeral service and then later cremation. That plan takes care of everything. Now, when it comes to being buried, it would take care of the preparation. It would even take care of the casket and get someone to the cemetery. It just doesn't pay for the dirt. I still think that's so much value. Why? Because most of the expenses is going to be on the mortuary side anyway, right? So it covers the bulk of what someone would have to cover when that time happens. Now, who is this plan for? It's for you. It's absolutely for you. Why? Well, Ronette already have life insurance. So do I. You can't be in this industry for 20 plus years and not have life insurance. Yes, I have life insurance. My husband has life insurance. Guess what? My dad had life insurance. My dad passed away in 2017. I always tell this story, why this plan has really been able to fill in the gaps. I like to call it gap insurance. Many of you have gap insurance for your cars, right? Now, did you know that life insurance doesn't pay out as soon as someone dies? It took us almost 3 to 4 weeks to get that life insurance policy money from my dad. Why? Because you have to get the death certificate, and then they have to go through their, insurance investigation or whatever they do. And then eventually they cut the check. But I can tell you this, it's emotional for you. It's business for the mortuary, right? They want to get paid, not just now, but right now to perform a service. So what we did, we gave them the life insurance policy because we said we have life insurance. They said, great, this is collateral, it's not money. So what they wanted to do, they were going to take our policy, have us sign over to them. And then the insurance company was going to give them the money and they'll give us the difference. That's not what that life insurance policy was for. It was for the family to have, remaining monies, not necessarily to, provide for that. But at that time, that's all we had was, this collateral because it's not cash. And they also was going to charge an upcharge. It was going to be a little bit more because they wasn't getting money immediately right now. So, we took the policy back and we paid cash. How many people are in position to do that when something happens right now? That's the difference. That's when you have the GoFundMe's happen and things like that, the church dinners, the fundraisers, the car washes. Those are not plans, ladies and gents. This plan will pay out 3 days after a person passes away. So now the person who passed away is taken care of, and now the life insurance can be for the living just like it was supposed to be. Beautiful, right? How about someone who doesn't have anything? This supplies that need. Church community leaders, talk to your pastors, your bishops, your elders. Why? Because not only do they get the first call when something happens, they get the call for prayers, they get the call for money too. When people are not prepared, they go to the church. Happens all the time. You can tell we have a lot of pastors and ministerial people coming on board. Why? Because they understand the need and they see it all the time. This to me is a solution to be able to close that gap. How about life insurance and pre-need agents? Best people to talk to. Why? Because I can tell you, being in this industry of insurance, they have a book of business of people who they cannot get covered. And when you're in that field, you want to be able to help and protect people. And it's some people they cannot. This will open that gap and allow them to be able to bring this plan in to provide those for those people. Veterans, I did not know veterans didn't have everything covered. I was amazed. I'm thinking you're a veteran, everything's squared away. No, I have been educated since I've been doing this plan. What I found out for veterans, they cover the casket, the ground, the flag, and give you a 30-minute ceremony. Guess what? The part that happens at the mortuary, the most expensive part, getting the body prepared, embalming and all that, or cremation, that part is not covered. And a lot of times, unfortunately, veterans don't find out, or their family don't find out until it's all said and done. Okay. How about remote in-home business owners? Some of you are here because you're looking at the consultant side because you want to be able to work from home. You can do this, takes 10 minutes to go over this application and get someone enrolled and create yourself an ongoing residual income. Sales professionals. I know we have some realtors that have come aboard and also taken a look at it. What better way to have something else that you can introduce to your clients because they already trust you with the service that you're providing. We've had accountants do the same. How about funeral directors, funeral home directors? I think that's more than obvious. Anyone rejected or denied for life insurance. It's a great alternative. And a lot of times the people who are rejected, a lot of times they're not trying to leave hundreds of thousands of dollars to their family to go on, in life. Most of the time they just want something so they don't have to be a burden. This fits that bill. How about employees with insurance on the job? You know what happens when employees leave a job? They leave the life insurance behind. Now you can supply them with something that, whenever they leave that job or go to another job, they can always have something to protect themselves. In addition to that, for those of you who are, used to going out talking to business owners, we do have a corporate side where now you can take this plan and go talk to business owners. And as long as they have 13 employees or more, the business owner can now supply this benefit that will come payroll deducted out of the employee's paycheck. It's a beautiful thing. And some people are building solely on the corporate side. Totally up to you. And last but not least, those released from incarceration. There's not a plan that I've seen yet that will cover someone being released from jail. But guess what? This plan will. So as you can see, it's a plan absolutely for everyone. And you can put yourself in a position to go out, spread the news and spread the word. So now that people can have that peace of mind. Now, let's get into what the cost is, because I think this is the one that excited me the most. See, I have a brother who I love dearly, but I knew he wasn't covered. So guess who is going to get the call if something happens before I did? My husband and myself. Now we have that peace of mind. My husband's sister didn't have life insurance. Why? Medically, she can't get it. But guess what? She didn't have one before. So she got this. We were able to put her on this plan. And all we needed was her birthday, city, state, and relationship. That's all you need to get someone on the plan. No, big information like social securities and all that, and have to call them up and tell them they need to take a blood test. None of that. You just list them with their name, city, state, birthday, and relationship. Now, do you know we were able to protect up to 7 people? We have 7 people on our plan. As a matter of fact, we had so many people around us that didn't have coverage that my husband has his own plan and I have my own plan. For the standard rate states, it's 45 states in the US plus Washington, D.C. It's $900 for the year plus a one-time enrollment fee of $30. Special rate states, congratulations if you're in one of those special rate states like we are. That includes Florida, the Carolinas, North Carolina, South Carolina, New York, California, and Puerto Rico. $720 annually, plus a $30 one-time enrollment fee. Let's see what that is monthly. Wow. $75 per month to cover 7 people. Amazing. And if you're in one of the special rate states, $60 a month to cover 7 people. See, that's what we saw. We got excited. And we saw it as something that had so much solution for what we had been looking for, to be able to protect the ones we love and not be financially responsible if something happened to them before it happened to us. because that's the seat we sit in. And some of you are in that position with your family. Think about the people right now that you know that if something were to happen, you were to get that call, how would it affect you financially? This is the solution. Okay. Someone asked me, you mean $75 per person? Because they're so used to regular rates in the insurance world, right? I said, no, $75 for 7 people. They were floored. Now, here's the caveat. You can go up to 8 people if you like. You can add one more on there, but for an extra $25 every single month. So we'll turn the 75 to 100 and then $85 for the special rate states. But for 7 people, $75 or $60 a month. Now, let's say you're one of those people or someone you know that will be serving. Say, Ronette, I'm between the age 66 and 75. I don't have, a child to be put on their plan. Well, there's a plan offered called the Silver Plan, and it will allow you to be able to still get this coverage with the same amount of benefits. The Silver Plan for one is $600 annually in the regular state, which comes out to $50 a month, which is still a huge deal, and $45 a month for the special rate states. You can also add an additional person on there if you like, between 0 to 75 years of age, regardless of kinship. So these are the rates. So you'll see when you go out and you're a consultant and you're going out and sharing with people, you can see they do have 1 and 2 member plans. Now, those 1 and 2 member plans can be less than 65, okay, which will actually give them some great coverage. But at the same time, let's keep in mind, the family plan has the biggest value, in my opinion. They all have a great amount of value. But when you can put 7 people on one plan for 75 or $60, that is huge, right? Now, let's talk about how you're going to be able to earn money. Because at the end of the day, it's great. You go out, serve people, and now you can rest assured you're giving them a great plan and a peace of mind to come along with it. But now let's talk about, as you're serving, how you can actually get paid as well. There's 2 different ways actually where you can earn with this compensation plan. You can earn from personal sales or team sales. They call them sales, I call them enrollments. Why? Because since I've been sharing this plan, I haven't had to sell anything. This is my motto. If I have to sell this plan to anyone, I'm talking to the wrong person. Why? Because it has so much value there. If a person just can't see it, there's no way I should have to sell this to you, right? Because of the value that it brings and what it's able to supply for families. So I really call sales, I call them enrollments. So you can say, listen, I just want to go out there and I just want to help people and be able to supply this plan. You can do that personally without sharing with anyone. Then it has the team side. And even though this is not insurance, it works just like it as far as being able to build an agency of consultants and being able to help them be successful, and you get overrides as a result of that. It works just like insurance, just like being a real estate broker, the same exact way. Now, let's talk about the personal sales. Everyone starts at 35%. And as you move up the ranks, you can move up the ranks as you produce more sales. So 1 to 2 sales, 3 sales, 4 sales, you are beginner, you will earn 35%. Once you get at least 6 sales in a calendar month, okay? This has to happen in a calendar month. So let's say you got started tonight, and then you went on to this month to do 6 sales. The following month, which would be February, you get 40% commission. Let's say you became a senior. We have some seniors on the line tonight who just got started, and they actually have ranked up to senior. 10 sales in a calendar month. In February, you start getting 50%. And now you can also go up to director, 25 sales, and now 55% the following month. Okay. Now let's talk about team sale promotions. Here's the nice thing with the team sales, because it incorporates leveraging through the efforts of other people. Okay. And this is just optional. There's no right or wrong, or, there's no start time of when you do this. You can start right away or not do it at all. But let's say you decide to build a sales force. Well, you'll start at 35%. And the only thing you have to do to stay active in this compensation plan with getting overrides is making 2 personal sales per month. So let's go back to that example. We know at junior, it takes 6 sales, right? You can either do the 6 sales yourself, or you can do your 2 minimum, and then 4 come from your team. You're now junior. Beautiful, right? So you can incorporate your team. How about senior? 10 sales in a 30-day period. All you need is 2, and the 8 can come from your team, or you can do the 10 by yourself. All right. So that's how that works. Now, when you incorporate a team, you can actually go up to a level called regional manager, which is 80% on your personal sales. And then you'll see how you can override your entire organization, starting at senior all the way up to division manager, and how deep it runs. It is a very rich compensation plan, solid, stable, with a company that's been around over 70 plus years. That is strong. Okay. Now, what I just talked to you about was upfront money. How about residual? If you're like me, when I took a look at this plan, the residual component was important to me. Why? Because being in the insurance industry for as long as I've been, I like enjoying the fact that I can do something one time and I still get paid on it over and over and over again. You can do that here. So what happens, what I just shared with you was the upfront money. This is the residual component. So let's say you enrolled someone. After the first year, the following year, you will start getting a residual income starting at 1%. Every time they make a payment, you'll get 1%. Every time they make a payment, you'll get 1% every single month. It just depends on how many people you enroll. You can enroll 1, you can enroll 100. However many people it is, you'll get paid on those people over and over and over again. As you see, as you start to rank up, if you go here to senior at 10, you see it goes to 2%. Once you reach director, it actually is 4% on all of your business. That is a nice, healthy residual percentage. Believe me, I come from the insurance world. That is a nice percentage. And one thing I can tell you about life insurance, although this is not life insurance, it's a life benefit. So it's in that same area. What I mean by that, people don't cancel these types of plans because they understand the benefit, and at some time sooner or later, they're going to use this plan. And from what I've been told, they have a 90% retention. So what does that mean for your residual? Real strong, and it will continue to come in month after month after month. Now, once you hit director, is where you can start getting a residual on your team. So once you get director and beyond, you can get residual on whatever your team, whatever their plans are. Okay, so that's huge. Now, they have a quick growth bonus. How this works is that if you achieve these ranks in the first 30 days, you get an extra bonus. My husband and I was able to achieve the bonus. We have Ayana Rojas on the line who's able to achieve the bonus. I know Ellis Mayberry will be getting his bonus this month, right? So how it works is this: once you get to junior, you get a $200 bonus if you do it within the first month. Once you get to senior, you will get a $300 bonus, okay? And director will render you a $500 bonus, provided you do it in your first 30 days. So many of you will be in good position to make that happen this month. Now, let's talk about how you can easily earn over $100,000 per year with Assure for Life, okay? Now, I want you to take a look at this example here. Now, this example shows you getting to the senior level, just the senior level, okay? Now, what I want you to understand is how huge this is and how much is on the table, because I think they've done a very good job in sharing this example on what's really possible. Senior means you make 10 sales in a month, right? So that means personally, you're at 50% commission. And this is based on $60 a month plan amount. not 75, but 60. We can actually sell this across the United States. So we have had plans for 75. Not all will be 60, but let's just go with this example so you can see the possibilities. Let's say, for example, you actually got a team of 5 consultants, just 5, and you yourself, along with your 5 consultants, you enrolled 1 person a week at $60 a month for a family plan of 7. 1 a week. That's over $43,000 for the year. That is not bad part-time income for someone, right? 1 plan a week and 5 other people did the same. What if you had 10? Just 10. And what excited us, because we're builders also, we've built teams into the thousands. So when we saw this, we were blown away of the possibilities. And some of you are big team builders. So imagine if you already have an insurance agency, if you already have, a real estate company, whatever the case may be, or know people who are, sales people and build teams. What if you had a team of 10 consultants and just you and the 10 did 1 sale a week, over $69,000 for the year? How about 20? That's when you get over $120,000, almost $121,000 for the year. But this is what I want to bring home to you and explain. This is just the upfront. This is not taking the residual into consideration. What I can tell you, service to many leads to greatness. When you can go out and serve a lot of people, you'll be compensated for it in this plan. You really will. Okay. So how does the company pay? They have 2 pay periods per month. So it's bi-monthly. So anything that happens on the 1st to the 15th, and it closes at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So right now, today's the 4th. Anyone right now can be in position to go ahead and enroll some people. And guess what? By the 15th, when it closes, you have made that first payment period. And you can expect to see that money on the 22nd. Now, the next pay period is 1501 on the 15th, on the 15th at 11:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to the last business day of the month. And that closes also at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. When that happens in any business written in that span of time, you will see the commission on the 8th. So the company pays on the 8th and the 22nd consistently. That's what makes it really, really nice. And it's direct deposit. This is a 1099 position. And so you'll see that come right into your bank account, just like clockwork. And the nice thing about it, the approval rate, once a person doesn't have those 4 and you write them up, it takes 10 minutes to write them up, right online, right through your back office. They're approved within 24 hours. Okay. Now let's talk about the payment methods. When you actually enroll a client, they can pay 4 different ways. They can pay annually. They can pay, of course, for 6 months, and they can pay quarterly and monthly, right? So the only person that does not pay the $30 enrollment fee, one-time enrollment fee is someone who pays a 6 month, up 6 months. They do waive the one-time $30 enrollment fee when you pay the 6 month plan. Okay, so everyone will have that one-time registration fee for $30. Now, this is how this works. If a person's going to pay for the month, how they do the monthly payment is you must pay 3 months in advance. Okay, and then starting on the 4th month, the company will make those monthly withdrawals as agreed. So pretty much they pay up front for 3 months. So if a person had a $75 monthly plan amount, it would be $225 plus that 30, which is $255. Okay. And then what happens, they'll start seeing 75 on that 4th month, every single month. The same happens with $60. It's $180 plus 30, which is $210. And then they'll see $60 a month. Now, how do we get paid commissions? How do they collect the commissions from to pay us? Well, if you know anything about insurance, they're called advances. So what the company will do, if you are a beginner, that's where everyone starts, we will be advanced the first 6 months. So in other words, the 35% that we get from a person making an annual premium, they crunch that up in a 6 months period and pay us over 6 months. But what's nice, because the customer pays 3 months up front, we get advanced the first 3 months up front in commissions. Okay, so that's really nice. You'll learn that more in training and how that works. But if they paid annually and they paid semi-annually, because they condensed it in 6 months, you will get 100% of your commission at that point. That's due to you without spreading it over a 6 months period. Junior, senior, director, and above, it's over a 10-month period. All right. So if that's a little fuzzy, maybe you're not familiar with how the insurance pays out commissions, you'll find that out later. Just know that it's a great way to actually get paid. So how do you get started? Well, there's no monthly fee. There's no setup fee. The only thing the company says is this: make sure you cover your own family. They want you to be a product of the product. Why? Because how can you go out if something is so good and you don't have it? You know, the first thing that when I used to sell insurance, a lot of my clients used to turn to me and say, do you have this plan? Why? Because they want to know, if it's so good and you're giving it to me, why don't you have it? So that's the only requirement, is to have the plan. So what you do, whoever invited you here, the consultant that invited you, you go ahead and make sure you get your plan. Once you do that, they will send you a link from their back office. And on that link, as you're enrolling, it would ask you your plan number. You can't complete that unless you have a plan. Okay. Then you must get certified. Yes, there's a certification training and exam to pass. It's not like the insurance exam. You don't have to be scared of it. It would take you an hour or less. It took me less than 30 minutes. Okay. It's just open book Q&A. Okay. That's all it is. They go over the plan and ask you a few questions, and then you take the test. And then everyone start at 35% personal sales commissions. And then at that point, you can advance as you continue to sell the plan. Easy peasy. Now, I'm going to say tonight, become an independent consultant. Why? 2023 is here. What is your plan? I have not seen anything yet that really is this lucrative, this solid, stable, allows you to really be in the driver's seat of your own destiny. And we're at the very beginning of the company really making waves now here in the United States. Recession proof. It doesn't get old. Think about it. Summer, spring, fall, winter, rain, sleet, snow. This plan is always going to be relevant. It always will be relevant. How about working your own schedule, working part-time, full-time, sometime, even no time, right? Whatever you want to do, you can do that here, right from home. And you can do it with a laptop and cell phone, and you can do it anywhere you want, on the beach, home, wherever. No license or experience required. Training is provided. We provide training to get you up and running, to know exactly how, to market this type of plan. What you don't want to do is go right out and just start, yelling to the world about it. There is a way to go out and be able to share it so that you too can be successful with it. Lead program coming soon. For our team, my husband and I are putting together a lead program that will be coming this month to make sure that our consultants are getting in front of people consistently that want to talk to you. So that's the nice thing about it. Imagine being able to talk to qualified people who are looking for you. No team building required. You can do this absolutely on your own, or you can share and build an agency. Bi-monthly commissions, strong residual income, and you can earn anywhere from 35 to 80% commissions. Okay. So welcome to our team. That's pretty much it. We have an amazing plan that I believe is for absolutely everyone. Very simple, solid plan, solid company, been around for 70 plus years. And now you can be in position to go add that extra layer of coverage and protection and that peace of mind that, when that time comes, that many people will be grateful that you walked into their life. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing so I can answer any questions that anyone may have here. Just one moment.